after our outreach in Bohol. Then, before our Bohol outreach, I asked Dr. Pam if we can do or Teo can do a therapy again. So, she allowed it. Then, after that, dapat mag-therapy siya doon sa Bohol. Pero since 40 kids yon, hindi na-insert nila teacher. Then ito yung mga safe namin gawin or dati rin naman namin ginagawa. So this is weight bearing on his upper body. So after kasi siya magkaroon ng or magka-femur fracture for 2 months, excuse me, for 2 months hindi muna siya nag-therapy. Kasi nga, para syempre kahit sabihin mo upper body yung therapy niya, Teo also will get magko-contract yung muscles niya. So, it will also affect the right femur. So, ayun. Hinintay muna namin maging fully, at least magkaroon ng hard callos. Yung hard callos is yung parang bridging ng spiral fracture. Other 5 minutes on his right side. So, Teo sleeping. So, gaganyan niya lang siya. Then, yun, gagamitin nyo lang is yung tool nyo lang is yung hotdog pillow. So, at least nasa, mas better if you can do the 90 degrees weight bearing. So, I will show you how. Ganyan siya. Nakatukod lang na ganyan. So, pwede rin naman siyang 90 degrees or any positioning that your child is comfortable. So, kung ano yung comfortable muna sa kanya, dun muna kayo mag-start. So, another 5 minutes ito. So, it's 2:12. Matatapos si Chot ng 7. Then, I don't know if pwede na siyang mag-prone positioning. But, I think hindi pa pwede kasi yung pressure nun nasa lower body. So, since still recovering on his femur fracture for 10 weeks, supine both shoulder weight bearing muna kami. So, yan yung ginagawa namin ever since before kami bumaba. Ganyan. So, even tayo sleeping, okay lang yun. Okay lang yun kahit yung anak ninyo natutulog. Para meron silang, they have their routine para masunod yung daily exercise nila. So, yan lang. So, that's what we do. Ganyan siya. So, this exercise helps them to not to get a positioning like a chicken. Most of the cerebral palsy kasi parang Hi everyone, thank you for watching. What country are you coming from? We're from the Philippines. So my child is a cerebral palsy. So this is my thank you. God bless you too. So this is our exercise. So this is our home therapy. Actually, this is also taught by or tinuro ito sa amin. Tinuro sa amin itong home exercise na to ng kanyang physical therapist. So this is safe. And then I think this is generic in general it is safe for the cerebral palsy. So only 5 minutes on the both side, left and right shoulder or elbow. Then if Theo's awake, it also focus or it will help his neck and head control, his eye tracking. Yan. So after this exercise, Tayo's upper body is more soft, manageable to do an exercise the whole day. Then this is also, I believe, this is also help him in his respiratory. So if his lungs get exercise, or his rib cage become more elastic. It's more unmovable because most of the CP rib cage are stationary, so that's why they get easily um, have an respiratory imbalances because of they're not moving there. Teo is sleeping, but at the same time, he's having his therapy. Hello! Hello everyone, thank you for watching. Oh, it's been a while. I think it's a year or so that we're not having a live in our YouTube channel. So the reason why I get back to this is um for the community to watch that they can do a safe home therapy or a therapy at home. Then at the same time, um I have to be focused to be, you know, to get monetized also for my son's therapy, and then at the same time our outreach program nationwide. Yes, we do an outreach nationwide. We just went from Bohol last week, so we do, yeah, or I organize a parenting workshop for our community, so it's free. I have with us with a um, professional physical therapist who are also advocating for the CP community. So along with us, we have 4 PTs. It's the first time that we do an under island na apat kami. Ay, apat yung PT. Then and then kami, Teo and I in his father. And then also we bring with us our helper ate to help us with Teo while we are doing an outreach. Yeah, and hi everyone. So it's already 7:59 or 8 minutes. So after 5 minutes, so possibly we will do the prone positioning on weight shoulder bearing, but since Teo is just only a 10 weeks recovering period from his femur fracture, we will just doing this. So yan. Then Teo is still sleeping. Then so for him, this is what also what we do to for him to get awake, fully awake, before we going down to eat his breakfast. So normally Tayo's breakfast is 2 to 3. So before we going down, we are doing this 5 minutes, 5 minutes weight shoulder bearing. So it's okay if they're still sleeping. It will also help them to prepare their day. That's one. So when Tayo is awake, kaya niya naman yung head niya. But when he's sleeping, I supported his neck, of course, because it goes like this. When Tayo is awake, he can lift his head like this. So since Tayo is sleeping, I have to support his neck for it will not it will not harmful for him, like that. So while if he's sleeping, I'll do this way. So I just stretch his neck gently, like what we do like that. There. So I'm telling everyone to avoid negative or putting a negative comment. Yeah, this is my son. Tayo is my son, Jack Hammer. He's 11 years old and his condition is cerebral palsy. So like what I have mentioned earlier, please do not comment any bad because or any negative comment because it not helping us. It really not helping us when we are encountering a negative thoughts about our child. So they have the condition but is still like as a human. So they are thriving through the help of every family. So I hope when you are seeing a cerebral palsy or any childhood condition, I hope you understand them. You we or I think or I must say we or I'm not asking for the any entitlements to please us, but if you are just saying a negative thoughts through us, you just keep it in your mind, never speak it. So because some of the families are get affected to it and their rehabilitation um, perspective is really affected when they encounter or meet or read someone negative through um, negative to on what they're posting and in social media. So I hope you understand what I'm saying. And my son is still sleeping. Hmm? Hmm? Ah, laway. So sometimes I just press mildly his chest for it to be able to back it to its positioning so he can have his proper breathing. So breathing is important to a cerebral palsy child so they can have a beautiful oxygen coming in on their lungs to produce a very good very good oxygen on their bloodstream um, going to their brain so that their function can be more optimal. Yeah, this is my child Marlene Q70. This is Teo. If you look at his page in Facebook, Strong and Brave Teo, you can also check on his daily life, and then um, his activity. He's reaching a lot of provinces to do an outreach program to help his bodies for their daily life skills. So we are doing an outreach program for a same family like us so we can help them also. So this is the reason also why I am huh? Why condolences? My son is away. My son is just sleep. Ano? Yoka head. So we are Teus just sleeping and then we do a therapy. He's not dead. Okay? So that's what I am telling you guys. When you are commenting, think before you click. So we are just doing a therapy and Teo is just sleeping. So if you doesn't know it, yeah. So, thank you, Jack Hammer, for kind words. It's okay, yoke ahead. So the next time you comment, please do check first if what the people doing or the status of they're taking care of. But Tayo is thriving. Tayo is Tayo is just sleeping. So we're doing a sleep therapy. He's sleeping, but we are doing a therapy. Okay. Sige na. Yes, it is. It's really a hard work, and then you must have an unconditional love for the family members that you are taking care of. And then always keep the faith in God so that the whatever or whenever you are get tired, you will be guided on what will you do. That's what our life conquering daily are the hardship of being a family affected by disability or a chronic diseases. So our life get hard, and most of the time our life gets setting aside. Not we are stuck on what we are facing of. But of course, there are a lot of ways of things to do that at least we are not enjoy or we are at least enjoying our life while we are taking care of them. Hi, YouTube user spacebar. America from America Special Forces. Thank you for watching. Yes, it is. Amen, Jack Hammer. May I know where you're coming from, Jack Hammer? Are you coming from the Philippines or other country? Oh, wait. Sean, wake up, Malol. Wake up. We're going to eat. So this exercise also help the kids who help the CP kids at the same time who has the cerebral palsy. Teo has also is also an epilepsy, but along or his seizure disorder was controlled for I think 8 years now. So part of it, why Teo gets sleep when he's having a therapy, because he still used to drink a medicine for anti-seizure. So that's why his arousal or awakeness is still affected with his anti-seizure drugs. Hello, you are a Kiwi man, right? Jack Hammer is from New Zealand. So recently I just knew the blogger in Bohol, so where we went last week for an outreach. So you can search a Kiwi in Bohol. So uh, he is now enjoying his life in Bohol. So his YouTube channel is Kiwi in Bohol. So he made a bahay kubo or a small village to enjoy his life. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you, thank you. We also do that when some of the comrades are passing out by a lost limbs. Yeah. So to strengthen his upper body right now, because of Teo was still recovering on his femur fracture. So that's why I'm just doing a home therapy on his upper body. Yeah. So this exercise help his upper body, help his respiratory system to breathe, to breathe well, so that even most of the cerebral palsy child is non-mobile, they can still they have they can still have their deep breathing, so that they can enjoy their days. Because if if we are lack of oxygen, lack of or improper breathing, we have improper breathing, it will affect all our as a human being. So we are living, or we breathing is really important to everyone, especially for the cerebral palsy who is a nine mobile. My son is a cerebral palsy and epilepsy, and a lot of underlying condition. He has his hip dysplasia, a congenital hip dysplasia, and then a lot of underlying condition because he's a premature baby. So when I gave birth to him, he acquired a lot of underlying condition. For example, the hydrocephalus, the heart disease, and recently, 5 years ago, we just knew it, or we just knew that he has also a congenital hip dysplasia. Hip dysplasia is he's just sleeping, Mika Bells. So, natutulog lang siya. He sleep, but we're doing a therapy. Yeah. So, because of the premature birth, Teo had an acquired a lot of condition. But he's far from his diagnosis. Chot, wake up! Because they thought you are dead. My son is just sleeping, okay? So we're just doing a therapy, but he falls asleep. It's because of it's probably because of his anti seizure medicine. So that's why he get sleep easily, or a lethargic. Yeah. But he's okay. It's okay. Mm. You what? So some of you are commenting about like dead, negative, but it's he's not dead. Melvin Gonzalez, okay? He's not dead. He's just sleeping, okay? Uh Jackhammer, there are a generic support for us. So I just hide Tayo's face because some of them are thinking that Tayo is dead. He's not dead. We are just doing a therapy and they fall asleep. And do you get the support from government? We have a generic support, but it's really hard to get, for you to able to get the basic help from them. You will uh, you will collect, or you will gather a lot of requirements for you to be able to get the support. It's only a small help. For example, when you do, or when we do the operation with his hip operation last 2 years ago, we just or we just use or we use a help, or we receive help coming from them, only a I think 10%. It's 10% of the total hospital bill. So it's really small help coming from the government here in the Philippines. So Philippines is a you can Philippines we can say that Philippines is rich country, but because of the uh, politician here in the Philippines, so um, especially the cerebral palsy community, we are left behind. So we don't have a health coming from them specialized for cerebral palsy child. So that's why me and my husband also, I do a lot of work to give Theo a good rehabilitation, um, for him to be able to get a beautiful life in the future, so at least he can see it on his own and eat, so get a simple life for him, that he can cope up, basic life skills, that he can take a bath. So that's why whatever the rehabilitation that is, um whatever rehabilitation that we can have here in the Philippines, we are doing for Teo. For example, the hip operation therapy, like that. And then a lot more that's simple. If you can visit his page, Strong and Brave Teo, in Facebook, he is now using his eyes to communicate. So he is using an eye gaze communication device. So when you ask him, he can choose the yes or no, or he can choose what he wants. I want to sleep, I want to eat, I am hungry, it's hot, like that. I don't like to stand up. What are you for Murky, yo? Teus cannot stand up, but he can stand when using a standing frame. So actually the standing frame is what we need. Is what we need for him to prepare his bone health for another therapy. I for another operation, yes. Mm. Yes, Jackhammer, because there are a lot of videos coming in, because of I have a lot of research. So the algorithm feeding my Facebook with how the other countries are giving priority to the disability. Here in the Philippines, it's really, you need to fight for it, for them to be able to help on what we can have for our child. So that's the reality here. Thank you, James Fulfiel. So that's why we are doing an outreach for same family, for us, so that we can give an empowerment to cope up daily, because it's really hard taking care of a cerebral palsy child, and then you are also a lack of money, lack of resources, lack of accessibility on what governments or a basic help from government, and then at the same time a lot of inaccessible here in the Philippines when it comes to a cerebral palsy community. Yeah. So that's it, guys. I hope we can see you again in our YouTube channel live. And then again, please do, or please think what you comment before commenting, because some of here are commenting that my son is dead. He's not dead, he's just sleeping. The dead person is different from sleeping. So you can you can see their orientation. So the sleeping child is different from dead child, okay? So thank you for watching. God bless us all. Thank you, Jack Hammer, for sharing your life experience.